A very good day. Welcome to BNC Africa News Feed. I'm Thandeka Kosa and your headlines are as follows. Government going after workers living millionaire lifestyles in South Africa. Eskom's poor plant performance to weigh in on Nersa tariff decision. SAP alcohol industry asks government for reduced excise taxes. And Magashule's corruption case offers hints of the challenges to the prosecuting state capture crimes. In your first story, the government plans to introduce lifestyle audits targeting workers who are clearly living beyond their means. Public Service and Administration Minister Ayanda Tlotlo said the audits will specifically focus on those servants seen to be driving expensive cars and wearing expensive branded clothing. Tlotlo's department will be responsible for overseeing the audits through a specialized technical assistant, USIT or TAO for short, and will monitor the implementations of the guide. The minister said the government workers will be required to submit a declaration of interest. This is then checked against the records from the South African Revenue Service and other departments to ensure that everything is in order. The minister said the program is likely to focus on government workers at senior levels, such as department directors and chief directors, who are living well beyond what they should be able to afford on a public sector salary. Answering a written parliamentarian Q&A in October 2021 about what government workers earn, Tlotlo explained that there are currently 16 salary bands across the public service, with employees in Band 1 earning an average salary of 103,562. By comparison, the public sector workers in Band 16 currently earning an average of over 2.1 million. Tlotlo also provided a breakdown of how many workers are in each salary band, with the largest number of workers falling between salary bands 5 and 9. Onto the story, energy regulator Nersa will on Thursday decide what tariff hikes Eskom is entitled to and how this will be calculated. The South African consumers may be spared the full 20.5% electricity tariff increase that Eskom has requested if, as suggested, the regulator adjusted the utility's approved revenue in line with the poor technical performance of its generation fleet. The threat of much higher electricity prices comes as another energy costs, such as fuel, are expected to increase in the coming months and amid raising inflation. Electricity price hikes will come into effect in April. Onto this, SA Brewers has joined calls from the South African liquor industry to nit tax hikes for alcohol when Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana delivers his budget speech today. SAP says that any increases should be in line with inflation, which would give small businesses in the sector some relief after 2 years of lockdown, several alcohol bans, and other pressures. The National Liquor Traders Association has called for a 0% increase. Meanwhile, the South African Alcohol Policy Association has called for the opposite, saying Godongwana should increase taxes so that the prices act as a deterrent to alcohol consumption. In other news, Provan Gordhan insists 3 billion rand for SAA, not a new bailout. SAA is set to receive the next part of its multi-billion rand government bailout, with Public Enterprises Minister Provan Gordhan saying the group will get 3.5 billion rand in the coming financial year. Gordhan stresses that this is not a new bailout, but part of the 14 billion rand promised by government years ago. SAA is being taken over by the new equity partner, Takatso Consortium, with the intent to ultimately remove its independence on government bailouts. Despite receiving billions of rands in bailouts over the last decade, insiders say the airline is still not running profitably. Onto this, suspended ANC Secretary General Magashule is in court this week alongside his co-accused for the pre-trial hearings related to the Free State asbestos scandal and a separate application to have corruption charges dropped altogether. Events in court have indicated the difficulty of converting the Zondo Commission evidence into a successful case for state capture prosecutions. State prosecutors told the court that the enormity of the case was about a corruption scandal that saw 255 million rand of public money blown on irregular contracts to audit the use of asbestos in Free State housing projects. Do remember to listen to our podcast for daily news update with Prosecuting Kosi. From BNC Africa, I am Thandeka Kosa. My time is up and I thank you for yours.